As you settle into the darkness, the shadows in your room begin to take on a life of their own, like the mist that shrouds the rolling hills of Britain, a land of mystery and forgotten lore. It's a place where the veil between reality and myth is at its thinnest, where the whispers of the past still linger in the air. I always come back to this one, the story of the Roman Ninth Legion, a tale of conquest, of glory, and of disappearance. The year was 117, and the Roman Empire was at the height of its power, its legions stretching from the sun-scorched deserts of Egypt to the misty isles of Britain. The Ninth Legion, one of the most feared and respected, had been stationed in Britain for decades, its soldiers fighting to subdue the native Celtic tribes and expand the empire's borders. The landscape of Britain was treacherous, a vast expanse of rugged hills, dark forests, and treacherous bogs, where the Romans had built their forts and roads, a testament to their engineering prowess and military might. But despite their dominance, the Romans were not invincible, and the Celtic tribes, with their guerrilla tactics and knowledge of the land, proved to be a formidable foe. You would have heard the sound of clashing steel, the scent of smoke and sweat, as the Romans fought to maintain their grip on this unforgiving land. The Ninth Legion, in particular, had been instrumental in crushing the Celtic rebellions, its soldiers earning a reputation for bravery and discipline. As the years passed, however, the Ninth Legion began to fade from the historical record, its disappearance shrouded in mystery. Some say it was destroyed in battle, its soldiers cut down by the very tribes they had sought to conquer. Others claim it was withdrawn from Britain, its soldiers redeployed to other parts of the empire. But the truth, much like the mist that shrouds the hills of Britain, remains elusive, lost in the annals of time. And so we're left with only whispers and rumors, the faint outlines of a story that refuses to be told, a mystery that continues to haunt us, like the ghosts of the Ninth Legion, forever lost in the mist of Britain. The darkness deepens, and the silence is almost palpable as we wait for the next piece of the puzzle to fall into place, to shed some light on this enduring enigma. As the darkness gathers, like a slow-moving mist that seeps into the bones, you find yourself drifting through the ages, to a time when the Roman Empire was at the height of its power, its legions the very epitome of discipline and strength. And among those legions, one in particular has always held a certain fascination for me. I always come back to this one, the Ninth Legion, whose disappearance has become a haunting enigma that echoes through the centuries. The year was 117, and the Ninth Legion, also known as the Hispana, had been stationed in the province of Britannia, where the cool misty mornings and the rugged landscape must have been a far cry from the sun-baked hills of their native Spain. For years, the Legion had been a thorn in the side of the native Celtic tribes, their military campaigns a series of brutal and efficient suppressions, the clash of steel on steel, the scent of smoke and sweat hanging in the air as the Roman war machine ground relentlessly on. But in 117, the Legion simply vanished, the last mention of it in the historical records a brief, almost casual note in the writings of the Roman historian Cassius Dio. It's as if the Legion had been swallowed up by the very landscape itself, leaving behind only the faintest whisper of its existence. Theories have abounded over the centuries, some claiming the Legion was destroyed in battle, others that it was disbanded, its soldiers either killed or absorbed into other units. But the truth like the Legion itself, remains lost, a puzzle that may never be fully solved, the pieces scattered and worn, like the weathered stones that dot the British countryside. And yet, the mystery of the Ninth Legion's disappearance continues to haunt us, a reminder that even the greatest of empires can be reduced to nothing more than a fading memory, a whispered rumor, a hint of something that once was, but is now lost forever. The bells that once rang out across the Roman camps, a call to arms, a signal of victory, or a warning of impending danger, now hang silent, their peals stilled by the passage of time, leaving only an unsettling quiet, a sense of absence that hangs in the air like the faint scent of smoke on a winter's night. As the darkness gathers and your eyelids grow heavy, you would have heard the whispers of a long-lost army, its legacy shrouded in mystery, its fate a haunting enigma. The Roman Ninth Legion, a force once feared and respected, vanished into the annals of history, leaving behind only faint echoes of its existence. I always come back to this one, the story of a legion that seemed to disappear into thin air, a reminder that even the most powerful empires can be reduced to mere whispers in the wind. The Ninth Legion, also known as Legio Roman 9 Hispana, was formed in 65 BC, its soldiers hailing from the sun-baked plains of Spain, where the air is thick with the scent of olive trees and the sound of clanging steel once rang out. For centuries, they marched across the empire, leaving behind a trail of conquest and glory, their names etched into the very fabric of history. They fought in the scorching deserts of Egypt, the misty mountains of Britain, and the fertile valleys of Germany, their presence a reminder of Rome's unyielding power. But as the years went by, the legion's reputation began to fade, its name becoming a mere footnote in the grand tome of Roman history. The last recorded mention of the Ninth Legion dates back to 120 AD, when they were stationed in York, a city nestled in the heart of Britain, where the shadows of Hadrian's wall still linger. And then silence. The Legion's disappearance has sparked endless debate among historians, with theories ranging from annihilation at the hands of fierce Celtic warriors to gradual disbandment due to dwindling manpower. Some believe they were absorbed into other legions, their identity lost in the vast expanse of the empire, while others propose that they were victims of a catastrophic event, a disaster that left no survivors to tell the tale. As you drift deeper into the night, the darkness seems to swallow all, leaving only the faintest whispers of a forgotten army, its legacy reduced to a haunting question. What happened to the Roman Ninth Legion? The answer, much like the Legion itself, remains shrouded in mystery, lost in the sands of time, waiting to be unearthed by the diligent hands of historians. And so, the search continues, a quiet, relentless pursuit of the truth, as the shadows of the past slowly begin to recede, revealing the faint outlines of a long-lost army, its story a somber reminder of the transience of power and the silence that follows. As the last wisps of sunlight fade from the horizon, the shadows cast by the ancient stones of Hadrian's wall grow long and sinister, whispering secrets to the wind that howls through the desolate landscape like a mournful sigh. You would have heard the sound of clashing steel, the scent of smoke and sweat, if you stood among the Roman legionnaires who once marched beyond this wall, into the unknown expanse of Celtic Britain. The Ninth Legion, with its proud eagle standard and battle-hardened veterans, was one of the most feared and respected units in the Roman army, its name synonymous with discipline and courage. I always come back to this one, the mystery of its disappearance, a puzzle that has haunted historians for centuries, a haunting reminder of the transience of power and the unforgiving nature of the wild. The year was 117, and the Roman Empire was at the height of its power, its legions stretching from the sun-baked deserts of Egypt to the mist-shrouded hills of Scotland, a vast and complex network of roads, forts, and settlements that seemed to stretch on forever. The Ninth Legion, with its approximately 5,000 soldiers, was a tiny but vital part of this machine, a cog that had been turning for decades, its movements and maneuvers a testament to the ingenuity and precision of the Roman war machine. As they marched north into the heart of Caledonia, the silence was oppressive, a palpable force that seemed to weigh upon their shoulders, the only sound the soft crunch of gravel beneath their feet, the creak of leather, and the distant call of a bird, a lonely cry that seemed to echo through the stillness. Their mission was to quell the rebellious tribes, to bring order to the chaotic landscape, to impose the Pax Romana on a land that seemed determined to resist it. But something went terribly wrong, a wrong turn, a misstep, a miscalculation that would have far-reaching consequences. The last recorded mention of the Ninth Legion is in 120, when they were stationed at the fort of Eburacum, modern-day York, a place of stone and steel, of discipline and duty, where the rhythms of military life seemed to pulse through the very air itself. After that, nothing, a silence that is almost palpable, a void that seems to swallow all sound and sense, leaving only questions and the haunting suspicion that the Ninth Legion was swallowed whole by the very land it sought to conquer, a land that seemed to stretch on forever, a vast and trackless expanse of hills and valleys, of mist and shadow, where the wind whispers secrets to the stones and the darkness seems to have a life of its own. As you settle into the darkness, the shadows cast by the faint moonlight outside begin to take on a life of their own, whispering tales of a long-lost era, one that has haunted the imagination of historians and archaeologists for centuries. The Roman Ninth Legion, a force so formidable it was considered invincible, vanishes into the annals of time, leaving behind only cryptic clues and an unsettling silence. I always come back to this one, the mystery of its disappearance, a siren's call that beckons me deeper into the night. The last recorded mention of the Ninth Legion dates back to the early 2nd century, around 120 AD, when it was stationed in York, a city in the northernmost reaches of the Roman Empire. You would have heard the sound of clanging swords, the murmur of soldiers' voices, and the rustling of armor as they prepared for battle, their presence a testament to the empire's unyielding grip on the region. But then, without warning, the legion disappears from the historical record, as if it had never existed at all. Theories abound, from brutal battles with Celtic tribes to treacherous terrain and harsh weather conditions, but the truth remains shrouded in an impenetrable mist. The Roman Empire, with its vast network of roads, its impressive administrative machinery, and its meticulous record-keeping, seems to have simply forgotten. The silence is almost palpable, a heavy stillness that hangs in the air like the scent of damp earth and decay. As I wander through the dusty archives, the faint glow of candlelight casting eerie shadows on the walls, I am struck by the sheer magnitude of this enigma. What could have driven the Roman Empire to erase an entire legion from its collective memory? Was it a catastrophic defeat, a mutiny, or something far more sinister? The questions swirl, a maddening vortex that draws me deeper into the heart of darkness, where the whispers of the past await. As you settle into the darkness, the silence begins to take on a life of its own, and I find myself drawn to the mysteries that have haunted historians for centuries, the ones that whisper of empires rising and falling, of legions marching into the unknown, never to return. The Roman Ninth Legion, with its proud eagle standard and battle-hardened veterans, is one such enigma, a disappearance that has captivated scholars and fueled speculation for generations. I always come back to this one, the way it seems to defy explanation, to vanish into the mists of time like a ghostly apparition. The last recorded mention of the Ninth Legion dates back to 120 AD, during the reign of Emperor Hadrian, when it was stationed in the province of Britannia, tasked with maintaining order and quelling the rebellious spirits of the native Celtic tribes. You would have heard the sound of clashing steel, the scent of smoke and sweat, as the legion clashed with the fierce warriors of the north, their battles echoing through the valleys and hills of what is now northern England and Scotland. And yet, as the years passed, the Ninth Legion's presence begins to fade, its name disappearing from the records, its fate a complete and utter mystery. Some say it was annihilated in a catastrophic battle, overwhelmed by the sheer ferocity of the Celtic warriors, while others propose that it was simply disbanded, its veterans pensioned off to live out their days in quiet obscurity. The truth, much like the Legion itself, remains lost to the ages, a secret buried beneath the layers of history, waiting to be unearthed by some intrepid scholar or archaeologist. As the night deepens, the shadows cast by the faint moonlight seem to grow longer, darker, like the silhouettes of forgotten soldiers, their stories, their struggles, their ultimate fate all swallowed up by the vast and silent expanse of time. The disappearance of the Ninth Legion is a reminder that even the mightiest of empires can be reduced to nothing more than a whispered rumor, a faint echo of a long-forgotten glory. As you settle into the darkness, the silence of the night begins to feel like a gentle shroud wrapping around you, and in this stillness, I find myself drawn to the misty landscapes of ancient Britain, where the Roman Empire once stretched its mighty arms, and the whispers of a long-lost legion still linger. The year is 117 AD, and the Roman Empire is at the height of its power, with Emperor Hadrian ruling over a vast territory that stretches from the sun-kissed hills of Italy to the rugged shores of Britain. It's here, in this distant corner of the empire, that the Ninth Legion, one of Rome's most esteemed and feared military units, has been stationed, tasked with keeping the peace and maintaining order along the northern borders. You would have heard the sound of clashing steel, the scent of blood and sweat, as the Ninth Legion clashed with the fierce Celtic tribes that inhabited the land, their struggle a testament to the enduring power of the Roman war machine. But amidst the din of battle, a sense of unease settles, a feeling that something is amiss, for the Ninth Legion, once a proud and formidable force, begins to fade from the historical record, its fate shrouded in mystery. I always come back to this one, the disappearance of the Ninth, a puzzle that has haunted historians for centuries, and as I ponder the possibilities, the shadows on Hadrian's wall seem to grow longer, darker, as if the very spirits of the past are stirring, whispering secrets to the wind. The wall itself, a serpentine monument to Roman engineering, stretches across the northern landscape, a testament to the empire's ingenuity and power, its stones bearing witness to the countless battles, the endless struggles, and the ultimate disappearance of the Ninth Legion. As the night wears on, the darkness seems to seep into the very fabric of history, and I find myself lost in the misty expanse of the Roman frontier, where the Ninth Legion once marched, its footsteps echoing through the ages, a haunting reminder of the transience of power and the enduring mystery of the past. The silence is almost palpable, a heavy blanket that wraps around the landscape, and in this quiet, I find myself drawn deeper into the shadows, searching for the truth behind the disappearance of the Ninth Legion. As the last remnants of sunlight fade from the sky, the shadows cast by the ancient hills of Scotland grow long and ominous, whispering secrets of a long-forgotten era, when the Roman Ninth Legion marched into the unknown, never to be seen again. The year was 117, and the Legion, once a proud and feared force, had been stationed in the distant province of Britannia, its presence a testament to the empire's unyielding ambition. But as the years went by, the Ninth Legion's strength began to wane, its numbers dwindling, its resolve weakening, until it vanished into the misty veil of history. You would have heard the sound of clashing steel, the scent of smoke and sweat, as the Legion clashed with the fierce Celtic tribes, their warrior cries echoing through the valleys and glens. The Roman eagle, once a symbol of power and dominance, now seemed a fragile thing, its wings beating against the gathering darkness. I always come back to this one, the disappearance of the Ninth Legion, a haunting enigma that has captivated historians and scholars for centuries, a reminder that even the greatest empires can fall victim to the unforgiving tides of time. Theories abound, of course, some speculating that the Legion was annihilated by the fierce Picts, their bodies lost in the treacherous bogs and marshes of the Scottish wilderness. Others propose that the Legion was redeployed, its soldiers scattered to the farthest reaches of the empire, their identities lost in the chaos of war and conquest. But the truth, much like the Legion itself, remains shrouded in mystery, a haunting silence that hangs in the air like the faint whisper of a forgotten name. As the darkness deepens, the stars twinkling like cold, distant eyes, we're left to ponder the fate of the Ninth Legion, its disappearance a reminder of the transience of human endeavor, the fleeting nature of power and glory. The night air is heavy with the scent of damp earth and decay, a somber reminder that even the greatest civilizations must eventually succumb to the ravages of time. And so we're left to drift, lost in the shadows of history, the whispered tales of the past echoing softly, a lullaby of forgotten dreams.